Have you ever wondered about the intricacies of our nervous system and what happens when it goes awry, such as in Parkinson's disease? Today, we're going to embark on a journey of discovery into one of the most mysterious afflictions of the human nervous system, Parkinson's disease. Parkinson's disease is more than just a condition. It's a complex puzzle that has perplexed the medical world for centuries. It's a chronic and progressive disorder of the nervous system that primarily affects movement. This disease has been a part of our global community for a long time, with an estimated 10 million people worldwide living with it. Now, you might be wondering, why should we talk about Parkinson's disease? The answer is simple. It is not only a prevalent condition, but also one with a significant impact on the lives of those it touches. Parkinson's disease can be a debilitating condition, affecting people's ability to perform everyday tasks and leading to a reduced quality of life. As we dive into the world of Parkinson's, it's essential to understand our nervous system's complexity. The human nervous system is a marvel of biological engineering, responsible for everything from our most basic reflexes to our most profound thoughts. It's a vast network of cells and signals, constantly communicating and coordinating our body's functions. However, in Parkinson's disease, this system begins to falter. Certain neurons in the brain start to break down or die, disrupting the smooth running of our body's operations. The result is a range of symptoms that can be as diverse as the individuals who experience them. Although we've made significant strides in understanding Parkinson's disease, there's still a lot we don't know. The exact cause of Parkinson's remains a mystery, and while treatments exist, there is currently no cure. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into the enigma that is Parkinson's disease. Together, we'll explore the symptoms, the possible causes, and the latest research into this fascinating and challenging condition. So, what exactly is Parkinson's disease? Think of Parkinson's as a miscommunication within one of the most intricate networks in existence, the human nervous system. It's a long-term degenerative disorder, primarily affecting how the brain coordinates the movements of the body. At the heart of this communication breakdown is a tiny part of the brain called the substantia nigra. This part of our brain is like the control center for movement, sending out orders to the rest of the body. It does this by producing a chemical messenger called dopamine. In people with Parkinson's disease, the cells in the substantia nigra that make dopamine start to die. With fewer cells to produce dopamine, the amount of dopamine in the brain decreases. This means the brain can't send as many movement commands to the body, leading to symptoms of Parkinson's disease. Imagine you're trying to conduct an orchestra, but your baton isn't working properly. The musicians can't follow your instructions, and the music becomes disjointed and uncoordinated. That's what it's like for the brain trying to control the body without enough dopamine. Now, some of you may be wondering, why do these dopamine-producing cells die? Well, that's the million-dollar question. Scientists are still trying to figure that out. It's like a detective story that's still being written, with clues pointing to a mix of genetic and environmental factors. You may have heard the term neurodegenerative used when talking about Parkinson's. This simply means that the disease causes neurons or nerve cells to degenerate or break down over time. So, in a nutshell, Parkinson's disease is a condition where the death of dopamine-producing cells in a part of the brain called the substantia nigra leads to problems with movement control. With this basic understanding, we're ready to explore more about the symptoms and causes. Now that we know what Parkinson's disease is, what are the signs we should look out for? As we delve deeper into the enigma of Parkinson's disease, it's crucial to recognize the symptoms commonly associated with it. The most identifiable symptom is likely the tremor or shaking, which often starts in a limb, particularly the hand or fingers. Imagine a subtle shaking while resting, or a pill-rolling tremor where the thumb and forefinger move in a motion as if rolling a small object between them. Yet Parkinson's is not just about tremors. It also includes rigidity or muscle stiffness throughout the body and bradykinesia, a fancy term for slowed movement. Over time, patients might experience difficulty standing, walking, and even initiating voluntary movements. Other symptoms include changes in speech and writing, often becoming softer, quicker, or more slurred, in a decreased ability to perform unconscious movements like blinking or swinging arms while walking. But what causes Parkinson's disease? Well, that's a bit of a mystery. The exact cause remains unknown, but it's generally accepted that Parkinson's arises from a combination of genetic and environmental factors. The disease is associated with the gradual breakdown of dopamine-producing neurons in the brain. Why these neurons start to deteriorate, however, is still an open-ended question. There are certain known risk factors. Age is one, with the risk increasing significantly after the age of 60. Men are more likely to get Parkinson's than women, and there's a genetic component too. If a close relative had Parkinson's, your chances of developing it increase. Exposure to certain toxins or environmental factors may also increase the risk of Parkinson's. In certain rare cases, Parkinson's can be traced back to specific genetic mutations. However, these cases are the exception, not the rule. Most people with Parkinson's do not have a clear genetic link to the disease. Understanding these symptoms and causes brings us closer to comprehending this complex disease. While we may not have all the answers just yet, every piece of the puzzle brings us one step closer to the full picture. And that's a step closer to better treatments, better care, and ultimately, a cure. How do doctors diagnose Parkinson's disease, and what treatments are available? Diagnosing Parkinson's disease is a meticulous process that involves a comprehensive review of a patient's medical history, followed by a series of neurological examinations. Doctors typically look for signs of tremors, rigidity, and bradykinesia, which is a slowness of movement. They may also assess the patient's posture, coordination, and walking pattern. It's important to note that there's no definitive test for Parkinson's, making its diagnosis a bit of a challenge. The symptoms often overlap with other neurological disorders, and so doctors must rule out these conditions before confirming a Parkinson's diagnosis. After the diagnosis, the focus shifts to managing symptoms as there's currently no known cure for Parkinson's disease. Treatments are tailored to the individual needs of the patient, with the objective of maintaining the highest possible quality of life. Medications form the cornerstone of Parkinson's treatment. They work by replenishing the brain's dopamine levels, thereby alleviating motor symptoms. Levodopa, often combined with carbidopa, is the most commonly prescribed medication. Other drugs like dopamine agonists and MAO-B inhibitors are also used. Physical therapy plays a crucial role too, helping to improve mobility, balance, and overall physical function. Regular exercise, in fact, can slow down the progression of the disease and help manage symptoms. In some cases, when medications aren't effective or cause severe side effects, surgical interventions might be considered. Deep brain stimulation, or DBS, is the most common surgical treatment. It involves implanting a device that sends electrical signals to the areas of the brain responsible for movement, thereby reducing motor symptoms. While these treatments can manage symptoms, it's equally important to address the emotional and mental health aspects of the disease. Support groups, counseling, and lifestyle modifications can make a significant difference in the patient's overall well-being. As we can see, the fight against Parkinson's disease involves a multidisciplinary approach. It's not just about managing the symptoms, but also about enhancing the patient's quality of life. After all, living with Parkinson's isn't just a medical journey, but a human one as well. Living with Parkinson's disease can be challenging, but it's not impossible. Life after diagnosis requires adaptation, resilience, and courage. Lifestyle changes such as maintaining a balanced diet, regular physical exercise, and keeping the mind active can significantly improve the quality of life. Support systems are also crucial. Friends, family, and support groups can provide emotional backing, advice, and assistance in managing the disease. Never underestimate the power of a listening ear and a comforting conversation. Mental health, often overlooked, plays a vital role as well. It's common to experience feelings of anxiety, depression, and fear. Seeking professional help to address these emotions is not a sign of weakness, but strength. Remember, it's okay to ask for help. Therapies such as speech and occupational therapy can help manage symptoms and improve daily life. It's all about finding what works best for you. Remember, Parkinson's disease is a part of life for some, but it doesn't define them. As we conclude our journey into understanding Parkinson's disease, it's clear that there's still much to learn. We've unraveled some of the mystery, discussing the basics of the disease, its symptoms, causes, diagnosis, and treatments. We've also touched upon the reality of living with Parkinson's disease, but remember, knowledge is a powerful tool. Our exploration today is just the tip of the iceberg. There are countless stories of strength and resilience from those living with Parkinson's, and a plethora of research being conducted to find more effective treatments and, ultimately, a cure. The importance of continued research and raising awareness about this condition cannot be overstated. It's through understanding that we can foster empathy, and with empathy, we can drive action. Subscribe for more because you won't find me later. Together, we can demystify the world of medicine, one video at a time.